All right, last one for the night. We got Marrowbone, however you say it here. Now, I don't think I'd ever heard of this one. I saw that it was at the Red Box. I'm like an old person. I call it the Red Box, like the Facebook. The Red Box. That's what I call it. Whatever. I was in there and I saw Anya Taylor-Joy was in it, and I was like sold. She's like quickly becoming my, one of my go-to actresses. She's always in awesome shit. She's been in so many horror movies now too, and they all kick ass. But I also saw it was a Magnet release, and those Magnets freaking awesome. So that was just kind of an instantaneous, like, oh, I'm renting that. And then I pressed play on it, and I saw that not only is she in it, but the kid from Captain Fantastic with Viggo Mortensen. That movie's freaking awesome, man. You want to see? That's a great movie. And Jonathan Byers that's the character name, from Stranger Things is in this. And Mia Goth from A Cure for Wellness, which is another film I absolutely loved from last year or 2 years ago now. I know a lot of people dislike that movie, but man, they must not be like into Italian Gothic type horror, because that shit was fucking amazing. So gorgeous, so beautiful. Speaking of gorgeous, beautiful movies with a Gothic tone, Marrowbone. Holy shit, man. This movie is pretty. It is a very beautiful movie. The cinematography is fantastic. The acting is excellent all around. The atmosphere throughout is wonderful. I really enjoyed the shit out of this movie. Like a lot. There was only one thing that I wasn't crazy about, but then it like, I hate to say this because this is kind of spoilery-ish, kind of. I always consider this a spoiler-ish thing. A lot of people don't. So, I don't know. It's great, so check it out if you're into like Gothic period pieces set in the 1960s, I want to say. It's like late 60s. Great acting, great cinematography, everything. So check it out. But anyways, so spoilery-shy kind of-ish. The twist. For me, if there's a twist in a movie, I don't want to know there's a twist in the movie, because then I'm looking for it the whole movie. So I don't know. And a lot of people are like, oh, that isn't a spoiler. But for me, it is. Anyway. The twist for me, like at first was like, oh, that was super crazy predictable. How lame. Like I was hoping they weren't going to go in that direction. But then something else happened, and it actually made the twist work for me a lot. So it's kind of weird. I don't know how many times that's ever happened when I was watching a movie. I can't think of any off the top of my head. But after the twist, something happens that actually made the twist work, fixed the twist for me being so predictable. Thought that was pretty awesome. So, yeah, man. I don't know exactly what to compare this to, but it's kind of got some haunted themes in it. It's got... kind of reminds me of The Others a little bit. There's a little of the Others going on in here, which I think is a fabulous movie. But yeah, if you're into those kinds of movies at all, it's a slow burn. It's a period piece. It's mostly dependent on its acting, its dramatic sequences, stuff like that. There's very little humor. There's almost no gore. It's slow. It's a slow burn, but I thought the style was fantastic. I thought pretty much everything about the movie was great. Like, this is a really damn good movie, and I don't think it's being talked about enough. And I posted about it in a group of mine, and there was like, someone was like, twist didn't work for me at all, and then the other person was like, it was all right. So I don't know. This maybe isn't working for everybody, but I just thought it was damn good, man. Really, like, I think this is a movie that will grow on me as I think about it, and I think honestly I will end up loving it by like tomorrow or a couple days. So I'm gonna go and lean more towards that. I loved it. So I would definitely check it out if that sounds like something that you're interested in. I'm not really big when it comes to spoiler-free reviews. I'm not huge on synopsises because I feel like those are spoilery. Like blind is the best way to go into a film. Like I feel like I've told you enough about this movie that you don't need to know the plot. That's my personal opinion, and that's why I leave the synopsis out of almost every spoiler-free review I do. Because, yeah, I don't know. That's just, I love going into movies blind. I don't want to know a fucking thing about them. I didn't know one single thing about this movie except for that Anya Taylor-Joy's gorgeous ass was in it. And I was like, I'm in it. I'm watching it. Like, that's it. That's all I need to know. It's a horror movie with her. I'm in. And then I got this treat of finding out these 3 other actors that I love are in it. And I got to find out what the storyline was. And I got to see how incredible the cinematography and all that. Like, if I would have watched the trailer, I would have been like, oh, cool cinematography. Oh, cool whatever, this and that. Or if I would have read a synopsis, I would have had this idea and I would have put things in my mind like, oh, well, because it's saying that, now I'm starting to think it's going to be like this. And then my expectations, even though they may not be apparent to me, they are already set in motion. Expectations are already set in motion as soon as you read a synopsis because you start to compare it to things that sound similar in your brain. I don't think people realize they're doing this, but they do. In my opinion, I could be completely fucking wrong, but that's my opinion on it. But anyways, all right, I'm done rambling. I definitely think you should check this out if you're into slow burn, atmospheric horror movies with great acting, great cinematography. All right, guys.